I want you to think about when was the first time you remember not liking something about your body. I can tell you that I have a memory in my mind so vivid. I was probably third or fourth grade, so maybe 9 or 10 years old, and it was summertime and I had shorts on. I was playing outside in my yard, and I looked down at my leg, and I had my leg bent, my knee bent, and I saw a crease in my thigh. Kind of like, how babies have, little fat rolls and they have little creases. And I was not a fat child. I didn't weigh 100 pounds until I was 19. I was tiny. And I looked down and I saw this crease in my leg and I thought, I was horrified. Oh my God, fat. My leg is fat. I have a fat crease on my leg. And I just remember being so horrified by this. And even to this day, I will still say I hate my legs. I don't like wearing shorts. And I never have. I've never felt good about my legs. I remember a time, probably in high school, where I kind of told myself, you need to realize you're never going to have long legs, like model. You would see them in the magazines, long, beautiful legs. You're never going to have those kind of legs. I'm 5'1.5". I was never going to have great long legs. And I tend to, genetically, I carry fat more in my lower body. I've always had a narrow waist and a smaller upper body. But I carry more lower body fat, and I just thought, I hate my thighs, and I'm always going to have big legs. And how many of us have had, I was 8 years old. That's the first time I can remember thinking about my body in a negative way. And we've all been doing this to ourselves for years, and we're still doing it. I talk to women every day who are so disgusted with themselves, and for no good reason, and I was having a conversation with a client this week, and we talked about body image issues, and I said, look, I have those too. I like the way I look. I criticize myself. And she made a comment that, so, for someone like me, who other people look at as maybe perfect, well, that was her words, she said, who other people view as almost perfect, to know that even I look in the mirror and I'm not happy with what I see, that was in a way encouraging, and in a way it's very disheartening. I would bet you would have trouble finding any woman who looks in the mirror and can't find something that she doesn't like about herself. And that's really sad. That makes me really, really sad for all of us. It makes me sad that other people look at me and think that I've got it all figured out, and here I'm perfect just because I'm fit or more fit than someone else. And I look at other people and I want to know why I don't look like her, and I wish I could have her legs, and I wish I could have her abs, and that I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and the first thing that I find is what's wrong with me. And you look at little girls. Think about a little girl. I have a niece who is beautiful and smart, and I hope, she's about 7 years old, I hope really likes and feels good about herself. And it makes me really sad to think that in a couple years, she's not going to. She's probably going to look in the mirror and start finding things she doesn't like. And I don't know how we fix that. I don't know how we stop it. We're trained as women to compete with each other and to find fault and to not accept ourselves and to want to always be thinner or prettier or whatever. For me, it's muscle. I wish I had more muscle tone. I wish I had less body fat. I wish I looked more like, other competitors. I wish I could have this body or that genetic type. And why can't we spend time appreciating what we have and what's great about us? And we should always be striving to, when I say be better, I mean better in a health sense, caring for our bodies, loving our bodies, not trying to be better because there's something wrong with us. The fact that so many of us really feel, this client was telling me, and she really truly believes that she is not good enough, that this is something that's wrong with her. And that's so sad. That's so sad. She is a wonderful woman, a beautiful woman, a great mom, and a great person. There's nothing wrong with her, but she can't see that. And I don't know what the answer is. I know it's something I'm working on every day to stop looking at myself and going, yeah, great, but yes, you have abs, but one of the things I'm reading the Four Agreements, which is a book I highly recommend. If you've never heard of it, check it out. It all starts with self-love, and the Four Agreements talks about that. And I truly believe this. If you don't love yourself first, you can't fully love someone else, because how can you appreciate and understand someone else loving you when you don't love yourself? You'll never feel deserving of that love. You'll never truly appreciate or understand it because you don't value you. And to understand that if you love yourself 100% so deeply, think how much more powerful the love of someone else of you can be when you love yourself and know how wonderful and amazing you are. Think about that. So the Four Agreements talks about replacing that negative self-talk, that we learned to do that from society. Some of us, unfortunately, from family members and loved ones who told us things about ourselves and criticized us. We learned that. It's not how we truly feel. As infants, we don't know how to be negative to ourselves. We learn that throughout life. And the only way to get past it is to force yourself to replace the negative thought with something positive. So here's what I'm trying to do and what I want all of you guys to do with me. When you look in the mirror, the next time and every time you look in the mirror from here on out, the first thought that pops into your head, if it's a negative thought, if it's a criticism, stop that thought, replace it with a positive thought. And it does not have to be something positive about your appearance. If that's too difficult in the beginning, start with, I'm a great mother. I'm a conscientious person. I'm a hard worker. Replace the bad with the good and believe it. You have to start believing it. All of us, we are good and beautiful and wonderful and deserving, and we don't need to be fixed, and we don't need to fit into some perfect ideal. We are great the way we are. So, heavy topic for day 2, but it's something that I've really been thinking about a lot lately. And, decades and years of self-criticism and self-hatred and picking yourself apart is exhausting. I'm tired. I'm tired and I don't want to do it anymore, and I don't want you guys to do it anymore. So, I'm hoping that we can all try to start loving and appreciating ourselves and stop tearing ourselves down. And yeah, that's where it's at. So thanks for listening and good luck. Remember, love yourself first so that you can love everyone else that much more.